book that I'm reviewing is called Bustin' Loose from the Business Game. This is this author's second book. His first book was also a Bustin' Loose. It was Bustin' Loose from the Money Game. And it's very, his name, by the way, is Robert Scheinfeld. New York Times best-selling author, Robert Scheinfeld, says Busting Loose from the Business Game includes mind-blowing strategies for recreating yourself, your team, your customers, your business, and everything in between. When I first started looking at this book, I thought, well, what in the world does he mean, busting loose from the business game? I love business, as I'm sure many of you do, and I'll talk a little more about that also. And I thought, what the heck is this guy talking about? So if you look in your handout, I'll just pick a few of these. He asked the question, he said, what does this mean, busting loose from the business game? And he talks about it being living in an inner space that's joyful, exciting, peaceful, and serene. No matter what's going on around you, what happens in your business or elsewhere in the world, or what anyone else says or does. And that's what he says, that when you bust loose, this is what you get. Specific intent, goal, or agenda to do so. And I will tell you, if there was one thing in reading this book that kind of rattled my cage, that was it. That when we bust loose from the money game, we have support teams, that's employees, partners, board members, vendors, stockholders, investors, etc., effortlessly and joyously unite, work together, motivate themselves, and hold themselves accountable for high levels of performance. Well, that sounds pretty dreamy, you know. So when I got to that point, I thought, well, maybe I'll read just a little bit further. And he won my heart with this paragraph. He said, if you're like me, you love playing the business game. Whether you own your own business or you're an employee, it challenges, excites, and exhilarates you at a very deep level. Playing the business game may even be one of the things you enjoy most in life. But if you're like I used to be, and Scheinfeld's talking about himself there, and like a quarterback I'm going to tell you about, there's always a big price to be paid, and he calls that the visible price. He says there is no clear definition, and think this, I really want you to get your arms around this one. He said there's no clear definition of winning. He said money and success are notoriously unstable and always at risk. There's no official ending point for where a business is good enough or where we have taken it to a successful enough point. He said we can't completely control the other people involved. There's always another level of success or efficiency above ours, and there's always a visible and an invisible price to pay. And that is why he says it is vital for us to bust loose from the money game, or the business game as well, because he said there's no way for us, in fact, to win. Instead of the typical questions that we ask in the world of work, he gives us three others, and this is a takeaway for all of us. He said the three questions to ask are, who am I? Why am I here? And what is my purpose? And he said that when we have those answers, we will in fact not only have busted loose, but be well on the path to the joy and happiness we seek through the work that we do. Busting Loose from the Business Game. This is a truly fascinating book, labyrinth though it is, well worth the read, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.